Hey, my book reader fans, my movie fans, and my fans, period. Welcome to A Hell Let's Talk. Yay! We're back again and we're talking books, we're talking movies, and we're talking stuff that makes us feel good. It's July, it's New York, it's hot as heck, and we still talking about it, folks. You know why? Because we love to read, we love our books, we love our movies, and we love to talk about stuff that makes us feel good. Please forgive my background. Yes, if you look back here, I'm a Barbie collector, if you don't know. And I collect a lot of Barbies, which, after a while gets to be too much. So I collect Barbies. Um, what are some of the things you collect? Let me know. Anyway, welcome to A Hill Let's Talk, where we talk about books, we talk about movies, and we talk about stuff that makes us feel good. So, welcome. Today, I'm going to talk to you about books that are good and people recommend them, but I just can't read them. Have you ever had that time when you want to read something and people's like, "Oh, this is so good," but because the subject matter is so it gets to you, it gets to your gut, it gets to your stomach, you can't read it. I'm like that. I can't read prison books about people in prison because it's too just nitty gritty. I can't read about abuse. It just does something to me. But one book I can read, and I'll show it to you right now. Basically, Road Dogs by Kwan is pretty good. This was one of his, I think, first books, and he's going on to surpass a whole lot of other stories and a whole lot of other authors. Kwan books are pretty good. I've read a lot of them, so I recommend. Road Dogs is good. A lot of people like The Fix that he wrote. I like Animal, and these are kind of raw books too, but the storylines are very, very good. So if you're new to Kwan, I would advise you to read one of his books to see if you like it. Talking about books I can't read, but everyone reads them. Precious. A lot of people read this book. I, for one reason, could not read this book. It was too raw. Um, the actor who played Precious went on to do Empire. She played the assistant to Cookie Lyons. But the book itself, I can't read it. It's too much about abuse. It's too much about a child that's been abused and the rough situation she goes through and how she raises a baby and how she can't read or write and how the social worker help her. I can't. I can't. I'm sure it's a good book. I'm sure it's a great story, but this is one of the stories I talked to you about where I just can't stomach certain stories and I just can't read them. This is one of the books. I mean, if you read it, you enjoyed it, let me know. Your comments below are always appreciated. Let me know. Like I said, I couldn't get into it, but I can get into a Kwan book in a minute. And he's raw, but his stories are totally different than stories like these. So let me know. Let me know what books you want to read, but you can't get into them because they affect you in certain kind of ways that's not a good feeling. So you can't read them. You'll just read the reviews and say, okay, fine. But otherwise, you just can't read the book for whatever reason. Movies. Let's talk about movies. Okay. Between me and you, and this is between us, I love me some cartoons. Shark Tale, sorry. I'll watch this. This is so cute. Even though they're supposed to be children's movies, I'll watch a good cartoon. This was really cute. I'm sure there's others that are just as good. Shark Tales was cute. Okay. I like Shrek movies. Um, Aladdin, not so much, but Beauty and the Beast. I like a good cartoon. I'm not lying. I'm the woman that sits home on Sundays and watch The Simpsons. I love Family Guy. So I'll watch the cartoons on Channel 5. Even though they're adult topics, I still like my cartoons. So let me know if you like a good cartoon too. On that note, folks, thank you for being part of A Hill Let's Talk. where I talk about books, I talk about movies, I talk about stuff that makes us feel good. I'm a book junkie. I love to read my books. I read all kind of books. I just don't read urban fiction. I read mysteries. I don't read horror. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not into the horror. But I do read. I read John Grisham. I read. I'll read a law book. I'll read mysteries. Urban fiction. If it's a good book with a good story, I'll read it. Sometimes I'll read a good love story that comes to be like, oh wow, it throws me off. But I read it. Like I said, excuse me, give me a good book, give me a good story, and I'll read it. Tell me what you're reading, and I hope you become part of the A Hell Let's Talk so we can talk about books, movies, and stuff that makes us feel good. And on that note, folks, be a part of the family. Click the link below, subscribe to A Hill Let's Talk, and let's talk. Until next time, have a great day and keep reading that good stuff for me.